The G1 Climax continues to roll on and impress us as we enter into another day of block action. But good Lord Almighty, what else could this ring deliver with the matches we've seen so far? Let's dive right into it. Hello, everybody. Now, I'm just a simple man, and my name is Noah Foster, and welcome once again to another Simple Take. Despite me working full time, I am still watching the G1 Climax, and I am still caught up to this point. So caught up, in fact, that as part of my Team Indie DQ G1 Climax 29 bracketology /predictions game, I currently have the standing results right now for the team. Currently, the IWGP Team Indie DQ champ Chris Kaz, he is actually the most danger of losing his title. He's in last place, calling only 12 of 35 matches correct. Following him is our lovely Cindy G, calling 13 out of the 35 matches correct. Then I'm not only the simple man, I'm the middle man, as I've called 14 out of the 35 block matches done so far correct. However, good brother Chris Willis, the leader of AEW Nation, well, one of the leaders, I'm not going to just, I give credit's due. He has called 18 of the 35 matches correct, and then the Holiday and the Family Man Chris Mays leads the fold, calling 20 out of the 35 matches so far done for G1 Climax correct. With that, let's go ahead and take a simple look at what we just seen recently from Night 7. So Night 7, as you all know, excuse me, it was A block action, and we had a couple of firsts, couple of repeats, couple of uniques. So we started off with Zack Sabre Jr. and Bad Luck Fale. I mean, these two, no strangers to each other at all. And basically, this Zack Sabre Jr. was in a must-win situation. I can only imagine what would have happened if he lost. But he didn't. He used ingenuity, and he basically kept the big man down long enough and far enough from the ring to get a count-out victory. Counter or not, it still claims Zack Sabre Jr. gets his first 2 points in the G1 Climax. Bad Luck Fale continues the fall. No pun intended. Zack Sabre Jr., 1-3. Bad Luck Fale, 1-3 as well. Very interesting, actually. Both men are tied now. So moving on from there, we went into the ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi, versus Everybody Dies, Lance Archer. Now, of course, the previous record history states that it was all in favor of Tanahashi, but Archer did not give Tanahashi an easy fight to win. Archer threw everything out there, including the Everybody Dies claw, but Hiroshi Tanahashi had the wherewithal to reach the ropes, and he got him with a victory roll. So now Hiroshi Tanahashi is on the board, 50-50, 2-2, while Lance Archer, he is now also 2-2. Really a lot of even makeups here lately. Following that, we had a first time ever encounter that was, in Kenta's words, fun. It was Kenta versus Evil. What's impressive here is Kenta right now, he is still rolling on undefeated. He went 4-0 while Evil now is 2-2. But both these men brought it to each other, pulling everything out. In the end, Kenta got him with the game over submission and go to sleep combination, the originator himself. I'm sure Shibata wasn't far behind, but bottom line, Kenta won. Moving on from there, we go into a match of two who have claimed themselves to be in-ring geniuses. And I think that's safe to say. Two of the most polarizing, attractive to the Japanese audience, competitors in all New Japan Pro Wrestling. Both men going in here with the same record of 1-2 so far in the G1 Climax. However, history dictates this was in favor of Sanada. Not the case here. Even when Sanada pulled out Kota Ibushi's own move against him, it still was not enough to keep the Golden Star down, as the Golden Star keeps building momentum now and is 2-2 after hitting Boomaye and the call of Shinsuke Nakamura, and of course his vicious knee strike that gave him the win. But this match was basically anything happened here. And the thing is, afterwards, both men, they respect one another, and both men felt like they could have done more. They didn't really reach their full potential. They still have so much more to give. They wanted to get more around the ring, but in the end, favored Kota. Kota won. And moving on from there to our main event that really goes, again, all the way back to when these two first met in Rev Pro, and Okada gave Ospreay the invitation to join Chaos, and Ospreay's been part of Chaos ever since, but Chaos still being led by the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. Things were no different here. No matter what Ospreay threw at Okada, he threw everything, including the kitchen sink, pun intended. But again, history continues. Okada keeps rolling on. Okada now with a 4-0 record against Ospreay and is 4-0, one of the block leaders of the A block. Ospreay now falls 1-3. Not a very good start for him. But everything was pulled out here, and in the end, he just couldn't stop the Rainmaker. The only thing I think Ospreay didn't deliver on him was a Stormbreaker. Maybe that was the difference. At least I can't recall. It's been a few days, and I am extremely tired. But anyway, both men had incredible respect for each other. Ospreay's disappointed, but Ospreay knows that he can still do a lot for this division. He already believes he's doing a lot for junior heavyweights themselves, just competing in G1. So, good on Ospreay. Another awesome match. Okada keeps rolling. Okada trying to repeat history that has been repeated since the year 2000. Can he pull it off? We shall see. Moving on from there, we're going to get now into Night 8 block action. Before I do that, you know what? Let me acknowledge this because I really haven't yet. The tag preview block matches is not only an idea of what the men coming up in their block matches you can expect going in mentally, but really it's kind of become a tale of a third story as told by Toa, Hinare, and Toma. It's like, G1 Climax C block. Basically, these men trying to prove something to themselves and New Japan Pro Wrestling that we belong in the G1 and we're going to be in the G1 next year. And next year is G1 Climax 30. If you don't have names, legendary names like Toa Hinare, Minoru Suzuki, Kasa Ninare, and so many more, I would be bloody shocked. I mean, this has been a very historic G1, but I just wanted to lightly bring that up. And by the way, Shota Umino still impressing. And again, Shota Umino says he will keep following Mox. Which is funny because now, segue, we're going to get into our next night of block action, Night 8. Coming up, of course, on, excuse me, my time zone, Wednesday, July 24th. Eastern Standard Time, folks. So let's get right into it. So our first match I see here is the Spoiler versus the Flamboyant one. And it's in favor of Juice Robinson. Previous outtakes from 2017 and 2018 between these two, Robinson has won both. So it almost dictates that Juice Robinson should win here, you would think. And both men are tied now with 2 wins apiece and 1 loss. So with that, I am actually going to say that Toru Yano has played spoiler for everybody that Kevin Kennemark Romero hates, as JY is the strongest example. I don't think Toru Yano is going to be able to beat the Flamboyant one here. I think Juice Robinson is going to be more aware of the type of games and shenanigans that Toru Yano can play, whether it's tape and whatever he names the turnbuckles or luring him out to the ring. I'm going to say, though, that Juice Robinson is going to pick up the win. And keep in mind, folks, I did my bracket, and some of my results, they have been wrong, period. But I really think Juice Robinson is going to win this one here. So moving on from there, we go into our next match, which is 2-1 in the favor of Hiroki Goto. Hiroki Goto currently 1-2. Taiji also 1-2. It is Hiroki Goto versus Taiji. The thing is, will Taiji pour out the Iron Finger of Doom to give him his second win? Because since he hasn't pulled that out, he's been on the losing run. And this will be, I don't know, actually. I take that back. No, I'm right. This is their 4th meeting, I believe, in the G1 Climax. Favorite dictates Hiroki Goto. Hiroki Goto saying, this is the new me. I'm going to win this whole thing. Taiji saying, this is what the G1's all about. It's all about me. I'm going to win this. Both men going in here to prove a point. Both men with the same record. Again, I might be biased because, I believe in Suzuki-gun. I still think Minoru Suzuki, who has not said a single thing, I might add, should be in this. But with that being said, I am just going to say that somehow, some way, Taiji is going to pick up the win over Hiroki Goto. And it wouldn't surprise me if Heel Master, Kanemaru Yoshinobu, apologies if I butchered that name, would be involved. Moving on from there, we have a first time ever encounter. Not the main event this time. And by the way, I stand by right now, Tomohiro Ishii versus Jon Moxley is right now my match of the G1 Climax, potentially my match of the year. Anyway, these two, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be 2 powerhouses. It's going to be a guy that can't seem to stay down, and a guy that I'm sure Shingo's going to piss off and be like, I hope I pissed you off. Hit me harder. Jon Moxley, the B-Block leader. You heard me right in his debut. The B-Block leader with a 3-0 perfect run versus Shingo Takagi, who's 2-1. I feel like Moxley can really take the B-Block here now, as much as I thought Tetsuya Naito could at first. Because Tetsuya Naito's got a lot of ground to make up. But again, based on tab previews, though, you would probably dictate, well, okay, I'd be in favor of LIJ. Is it going to take how many bumping bummers to keep the Death Rider down? And Shota Umino will not be far behind, but Shota Umino has not played as a factor in Jon Moxley's matches. It's just been more learning and watching. I can only imagine how much Shota Umino is growing from just being under the tree of Jon Moxley. who just loves and respects pro wrestling, and is coming off an absolute war, I might add, against Stone Pit Bull. I don't sense the same war here, and I'm just going to say right now, I think that Jon Moxley will beat Shingo Takagi. As much as I thought at first Shingo Takagi could beat Jon Moxley, because I didn't think Jon Moxley would be this good, he made me a believer. He changed me. I'm going with Jon Moxley on this one. Moving on from there, we go into our second to last match of this night. And this will be a first time ever encountered. And this might actually be the first match that puts Bullet Club on the board. It's Jay White, the Switchblade, versus Jeff Cobb, the Hawaiian Juggernaut. And Jeff Cobb coming off his first win against Juice Robinson, now 1-2. Jay White is 0-3. You heard me right. This guy that went in last year, ended with 12 points, is right now 0-3. I feel like, though, it's got to go in Jay White's favor. Breed with the Switchblade. I'm just going to keep it simple here. Say Jay White's going to win with the help of Gato and some brass knuckles. And if Jay White doesn't win here, you might as well count him out of the G1 Climax. I feel like if you have a 0-4 deficit, you're pretty much dead to the water. Which brings us to our main event. Ton of history behind this. Overall singles record is 5-4 in favor of Naito. And G1's, it's 1-1 between 2017 and 2018. It is the Stone Pit Bull, who probably still has a dent in his forehead, Tomohiro Ishii versus Tranquilo, and the leader of Los Ingobernables de Japón, Tetsuya Naito. So this is interesting because both men hold opposite records right now in this year's G1. Tomohiro Ishii is 2-1, Tetsuya Naito is 1-2. But Tetsuya Naito has had one of the worst starts I can remember for a guy of his caliber in the G1 Climax. And I expect Tomohiro Ishii will want him to hit him hard. So this match was really hard for me to call. But again, I still lead in my original prediction that Tetsuya Naito was going to take this block. Now I'm thinking it's Jon Moxley. But regardless, I think Tetsuya Naito is going to continue trying to build momentum from here. Maybe go on a run. But I'm just going to say that Tetsuya Naito picks up the win here. So with that, those are my simple predictions for Night 8 of G1 Climax 29 action. B block, I know people are looking at it differently versus the A block, but you can't sleep on any of these incredible talents and wrestlers. So those are my simple thoughts. Simple as that. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Let me know your predictions in below. Let me know your winners for each block in the G1 or the winner overall. Let me know who's impressed you the most in the G1 and what your matches have been so far in this year's G1. It is a daunting thing to follow, but I am loving this and I'm loving my summer of wrestling. With that, if you want to know more about me, know this. I'm just a simple man and a lifelong fan of wrestling. You can follow me at Twitter, nodq.com/Noah. It takes to my Twitter page, or at nfoster1916. Follow me on Instagram if you want. Hashtag SimpleManInLife. In your life, just see what it's about. On Instagram, it's nfoster1916. It's pretty much my gamer tag too if you want to play video games as well. Or you can follow my simple YouTube channel here at youtube.com/user/Noah Foster, or Noah Foster 210, where you'll find more stuff on wrestling, simple takes, predictions, indie views, recaps on all things wrestling outside WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, independent wrestling, support independent wrestling folks, and of course, Ring of Honor, and more. And also, at the heart of my channel, please look at my series on Cruiserweight Wrestling and 205 Live called 205 Live Matters, and join the hashtag 205 Live Matters Facebook group, where we talk all things Cruiserweight Wrestling, then, now, and forever. Not just 205 Live either. We respect the history of other promotions and what they bring as far as junior heavyweights and Cruiserweight Wrestling too. Hence, the G1 Climax coming after Best of Super Juniors 26. And also, if you're going to be in Toronto, I'd love to meet and talk with you. I will be attending Ring of Honor Summer Supercard Live. Expect predictions on that. NXT TakeOver Toronto 2 and WWE SummerSlam. Expect predictions on all those as well in association with NoDQ. And if you haven't figured out by now, support NoDQ. They're the reason I'm in YouTube. Buy a shirt, nodq.com/shirts. And yes, I do have my own. I never thought that would happen. Follow it on all your social media platforms. Your opinions matter. Make a friend. Challenge an enemy. Challenge virtue if you dare. Go react to something. There's comment section on everything on their official site. Polls, memes, columns, reviews, picks. You name it, it's there. It's wrestling, primarily WWE. But slowly AEW is invading. And we might take over. But I digress. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Enjoy life. Enjoy wrestling. Take care, y'all. I am extremely tired, as you can tell. And until Night 8 has concluded and we're on our way to Night 9 of A-Block action, I'll be back with y'all some point Friday. Have a wonderful day.